about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
How do you make a successful 90s rap music video? Well, first you need to gather your boys around you, making sure to throw in some aggressive hand gestures, then show off your firepower so people know you really mean business, and finally, have your cameraman make some real jerky movements for that certain verite je ne sais quoi. Now, seemingly cribbing that style of 90s rap stars like NWA and Funkmaster Flex, jihad groups have gone digital with music videos of their own, known as nasheeds, posting them online to help recruit a new generation of jihadists.
Jihadist videos have been around for a pretty long time, but because it's so easy to produce them now on a laptop computer and because the internet makes it incredibly easy to download and disseminate them, they've become much more popular over the years. They've definitely learned production techniques. They've learned how to use the auto-tune button. They've learned how to add sound effects to these videos. So in some ways they seem to have a lot of parallels with hip-hop culture, with mixtape culture, because they use a lot of the same production style.
Militant groups have produced music since the 80s, but with easier access to home production studios, the videos have gotten better and more popular.
The music videos that they've used have essentially evolved with the type of technology that has come onto the marketplace. Most jihadis are first adopters with technologies. Back in the 1980s in the fight against the Soviet Union and Afghanistan, you had individuals using VHS tapes and then editing them with these really sort of amateurish graphics.
The nasheeds were being used in the 80s and the 90s, and they were being put on cassette tapes. And it's kind of the same thing that was happening in mixtape culture. If a DJ wants to make a track, they put it online, they produce it on their computers, and they release it to the public. And that's exactly the same thing that's happening within jihadist culture, and it's reaching a much wider audience.
Like rap videos from the 90s, these nasheeds use imagery and lyrics as cues to in-the-know fans.
Well, in hip-hop culture and mixtape culture, there are often production stamps which will signal which DJ is making a song. And though it's probably not correlated directly with Islamist culture, you see that they're doing sort of the same thing. They'll use the sound of a galloping horse to symbolize the Prophet Muhammad. And people who are in touch with jihadist culture or with Islamist culture understand that that sound means a certain group has made the video.
And given the destructive aims of many of these groups, deploying well-received music videos could actually have real-world consequences.
The ability to use social media platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter allows them to go beyond their own targeted audience in jihadi forms, but putting it out to a broader audience potentially in these different networks, and therefore potentially bring more people in that might not have heard or been a part of it in the first place.
You can see more on this really interesting trend at jihadology.net. That's all for us for today. We will fold things up to see you here again tomorrow.